Can you briefly describe your crossbreeding program?
Our crossbreeding program, our steers only go for the store market, which is store sale end of April or early April. Our steers generally go into pasture fatteners, which are turned over, which generally turn over in 12 to 14 months by those producers. And our heifers, either they get killed as vealers or yearlings, or they do get sold to a feed-on heifer, for feedlots.
Why do the steers not go that way?
Well, I suppose the steers are worth more per kilo as to go back into a grass market than what a feedlot can afford to pay for them.
What advantage did you get from crossbreeding?
Our biggest advantage is for crossbreeding is like the F1 or the Centre Effort cross, using those Charolais sires, from which none of their product is kept in the herd. Everything's sold. Everything goes to slaughter or back down to stores, yeah. All our calves, we don't retain one heifer. All our females are brought in.
So it's a fairly simple system?
Very simple, yeah. Our biggest thing is getting buying the right type of bulls to click with our females, to get the calf, produce a steer that people want to buy. And that's the track you got to be on, if someone wants to buy them.
So the breeds you're using, are they the most attractive breeds?
Well, in my experience, I'd say we've been breeding with crossbreds with Charolais bulls for the last, say, 15, 20 years. And we have no trouble selling the product at all.
Over the years, have you established a stable clientele?
We have got a clientele for our male cattle, a fairly, yeah, have got a repeat buyer.
Are there any disadvantages in what you do?
Well, I can't see any disadvantages. That I do love breeding cattle, and I reckon we're on the right track at the moment. If the market trends change, I suppose we'll have to change. But what we're doing at the moment, we find it pretty easy to sell our cattle.
What particular market do they end up in? Is it the Jap ox?
Yeah, many of the steer calves would end up in the Jap ox trade, or the Korean trade.
How do you source your replacement females?
We're sort of in contact with some of the larger breeder herds in Queensland, which use Santa bulls over Hereford cows, and we try to give them a bit of a premium to buy the better cut of the heifers, and the same with the F1s. And we'd have a couple of commission buyers that are in the markets all the time. Would see a line of cattle, I reckon that would sit. They'd buy them for us.
Are there any management constraints with the animals you get, like strange cattle coming onto the property?
We generally buy our heifers in, say, 12, 14 months old and grow them for 6. Then we do join everything to Charolais bulls, even our first calvers, the low weight based Charolais bulls. They're not joined here, they're joined probably in Benalbo. This year we joined 250 Santa, Hereford Cross, and F1 heifers, about 100 F1 heifers.
What's your experience of crossbreeding in a drought?
Well, we're in a bit of a drought-proof area here, but don't worry, we do have dry times. We supplement our feed out. We generally, not very often, we take the calves off the cows. Never really. We will supplement feed our cows like molasses, urea, cottonseed meal, and some minerals and that. We can generally get through a dry time.
So you don't have any trouble with conception rate?
We might drop back 10 or 15% in those sort of years. Like a year we just had now, I'd say we could be up around the high 90s.
I notice you have some fairly outstanding heifers from the first cross heifers. Are there any concerns with dystocia with the breeds you have?
Well, this year, I suppose, I did shift the heifers back to here about 3 months before calving. I did have about 2 or 3% I did have to help. Previous, say, 3 or 4 years, it did not help one, hardly. That's why it wouldn't be 1%. But we do use those bulls on our cows before we do mate heifers. So we've got a calf, we can sort of pick out smaller bulls that throw the smaller calves.
So do you use EBVs?
We do, but not big on it.
So small calves are something you'd look for.
We look for low birth weight bulls to put over our heifers, yeah. The joint heifers, not so much in our cows. We get back into a bigger birth weight for our cows.
So what is the ratio of bulls to cows?
We run 1 to 45. Yeah, 1 to 40. 1 to 40, between 40 and 50. Our first calves, we won't run them. We try and run them a bit quicker. Or they try to get them to set quick. We mostly do 1 to 30 or 35.
The process you use to pick your sires, is that extensive?
I suppose running the same type of cows, only F1 cows, but now we're back into more Santa Cross cows. We used to pick them more early maturing, the beefy type bulls put over F1 cows. Now I feel with the Santa Herefords, we'll go to a bit of a mid-range bull, to a little bit later maturing bull. That lift the calves a bit, just lift the calves a bit further off the ground. Because I'd say the cows are sort of, they'd be able to handle that. They'd be able to handle just a bit more growthier type of bull than we have been using.